trying to get closer to Charlize Theron here, because she's a regular. What we do a chat with Nigel.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's the
yeah.
first time you've met, isn't it?
So, hi.
Hello.
Hi there.
Just a complete stranger.
Your name is what now?
Nigel Kenny.
Nigel
Yeah.
Kelly. Nigel Kelly from Bitch Falcon.
Kelly with an
Nigel Kenny. Sorry,
Kenny,
Nigel.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay, it happens all the time.
No, you should remember I was doing stupid names for everyone. Kieran Henley.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we
Colin-
thinking the same guy?
Colin.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Cian Hanley?
Yeah.
Kieran Henley. Colin Doherty.
Colin Doherty, yeah.
Neil Kelly.
Yeah.
Neil Kelly.
Yeah.
There he is. I've got no. That's about it.
You fucked it, no?
That's about it. Well, no, I had one for Ronan, but I can't remember what it was, and it probably wasn't very good.
Ronan O'Ridley.
But it wasn't. It was Rowan, and then something I can't remember. It's of very little consequence anymore, anyway. Yeah, it's chatting about drums and such
Drums.
things. Sorry, Nigel.
It's alright.
Yeah, this is another episode of Drums in a very funky Vicar Street, where Bitch Falcon and Overhead the Albatross are playing. Nigel, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Drums with Oisín.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to be-
at your gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're sitting at Nigel's kit. We're going to have a little talk with him about his gear. Why you use, what you like about it, why there's blood on the floor, Tom.
There's actually a story for that.
We'll get to that. I suppose we'll start with cymbals, Nigel.
Yes.
So, what have we
pretty.
got? What have we got?
15-inch natural groove hats.
Natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
And they're getting really dirty now,
Lovely.
as you can see.
Yeah.
So they're starting to get really smoky, and the chick off them now is just getting better and better all the time. So
Smoky.
in 5 years they're going to be lovely.
Yeah.
Smoky, in fact.
Smoky.
So they're really nice. I always kind of liked thin cymbals,
Yeah.
but anything I was ever playing in was too loud for them to work, so I just broke them. And then I started talking to you and Robbie and Ronan, and you were like, "Chop, big cymbals, thin cymbals."
That definitely wasn't me. I wouldn't have started with, big cymbals.
I was there. I'll never forget that day.
I wasn't.
But yeah, you're right. Like bigger cymbals that are thinner, I could get the sound that I wanted, that they cut with everything that was going on, even the loud stuff. And people would always think, Jesus, thin things are going to break, or like you're not going to hear them. But that's completely the opposite.
It's a misconception. The idea that a heavier cymbal is going to last you longer is something that is not very true whatsoever.
I think I've probably seen more broken like AAXs or something
Yeah.
compared to HHXs, like thick cymbals.
That's it.
If you misplay them, of course, as well, that's the massive thing.
That's it. I mean, cymbals shouldn't really break regardless. Obviously they will at some point. I mean, it's not always going to be the case that they're all going to be perfect.
Yeah.
However, you help yourself by getting something thinner for the fact that it moves with the stick. It will kind of accept a beating better.
Yeah, something's happened to you with the strobe, isn't it?
Yeah, that strobe totally rewired my fucking brain.
Yeah,
Ouch.
so big thin cymbals, big 15s. Maybe
Love it.
we'll go for 16s at some point, but 15s are great because they do actually cut, even in situations, where you're at a smaller gig, for instance, and they're not mic'd up or whatever. They still actually hold their own, even when they're closed and you're doing stuff on them.
Lovely.
And then on the left, this lovely thing, the 20-inch Legacy Ozone
Oh,
Ride.
yeah.
I think that's the best thing they've ever made, and they don't make it anymore.
It's discontinued,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and it's a shame because it's real dirty butter, real smoky.
Smoky. Oh.
Yeah, amazing.
You know what? You're not wrong. Describing it as smoky is accurate, isn't it?
It's like when you go for the butter in the morning and there's still the crumbs from the toast earlier on when your flatmate got up and went in there, and it's just that, oh, this is so smooth, but it's really dirty. Do you know? Oh,
Yeah.
it's great. But
Yeah.
I have it on the left for. It works well breaking up bars and stuff, but I'm terrified that I'll break it.
Okay.
It's perfect over
So
there.
yeah, so you finish over there, and
Well, that's always the ridey one.
that's kind of that's the righty one, and that's a one.
But I never want this to break
No.
because you cannot, you won't get one that'll ever sound like that.
Yeah.
Because they're all hand hammered, of course,
They are
so they all
indeed.
sound different. But I prefer to have that over there.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid I'll break it. And I've had it like 3 years now, and it's still grand, and it's taken an absolute beating, and it's still grand.
It still
But
flies.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it
Oh.
still works. There is on the topic of it being discontinued. There is something that Sabian offer whereby there is always the possibility to actually ask of Sabian to make something for you.
Yeah.
So I know you in the past, you've actually asked them for something specific.
A 22 version of what I usually have over here, the 21 Legacy ride. So it was on Rose's kind of recommendation. I was talking to him about something that I wanted, and he recommended like going to Sabian and asking them to kind of like get the same profile as a 21 Legacy. It's really warm too. The same profile as a 21 Legacy, but kind of rolled out to a 22.
Yeah.
And they made that, and it was amazing, and it sounds amazing, and I would love it, but it just didn't cut enough.
Yeah.
It's a great. It blends in perfectly with music, with all the music that it plays in, but for this, a little bit too much.
You know who has it now?
Ben Rowe.
Ben Rowe.
I was talking to him
Shout
about
out
it today.
Ben. Shout out to Ben there.
And he said it's the loveliest thing he's ever
Yeah,
played.
he was. It was one of those sort of real like. I wasn't expecting to leave with this sort of moments. You know the way that
He's
happens.
going in for a 19 Extreme.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly that. He came in for a specific symbol, and it was the fact that it's a one-off, that it was like built to spec.
Yeah.
That it is literally the only one of its kind in existence.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine that people have probably asked for them to make something along those lines in the past. But the fact that this one, obviously every hand-hammered symbol is different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope they make it a production symbol because it's too good not to be like not being played by loads of people.
They've started doing as a mainline production symbol the 22 HH Thin Crash, in I think in Brilliant and Natural Finish, which isn't too far from the Legacy. I don't think it quite has the sort of the complexity and the depth. It's a little bit more traditional sounding. This strobe is the most ridiculous thing. I am starting to feel.
I feel like I'm back in 1993.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel.
In a shed.
It's very bizarre.
You don't have like a photo?
No, not at all.
Thingy. Okay.
Not at all.
Good.
I hope. We'll find out.
Yeah, and then so there's 21 Legacy right over there, but I forgot it.
Yeah.
So
well, don't worry about that because Ben's covered that. He's covered that ground.
Oh, Grant. Okay, he's going to give me that.
Yeah, we've spoken about that one already.
And then 22 Heavy.
Yeah.
Legacy.
So again, it's funny, and he's also got the 15 groove hats.
Oh, but he has them in Brilliant, does he?
He has the 15 groove hats in Brilliant, yeah. So yours would be a little bit mellower, a little bit softer sounding.
But they're just great.
This Legacy Heavy ride, as I spoke to him about, I think it's one of the best cymbals anyone's ever made.
It's very nice. Stick definition on it is great. The bell is just enough, and when you're using the bow with a stick on it, it opens up really nicely. And then for a little bit more growl, you can go to the edge, and it performs really well. I wouldn't crash it a lot. Like it gets a little bit of a crash in some parts. There's one song where it works really well. These two together work really nicely.
Lovely.
But mostly on a bow right there is a sweet spot when it just wants to open up. And then all you got to do is move right there, and then you're back into perfect stick definition. And then again, move it back again. That's all it is. And it's just a sweet spot. It's class.
Yeah.
Absolute. Just the Legacies.
Yeah.
Legacies.
Legacies all the way.
I've
been a devotee of theirs for about 10 years.
And everyone's playing them because of you pretty much in this country.
I don't think it's because of me. I wouldn't say it's because of me whatsoever.
It's
I know you are because of me, but that's the rest of the lads probably because of you actually, Nigel.
Look, it's all coming from the Oisín Trench family tree of Legacy.
Nonsense.
That's what it is.
Nonsense.
Definitely is. So what do you want to talk about now?
Let's talk about this blood on this floor, Tom.
Right, so it's a P4 coated, and I went with. I only started playing these on these drums in last year because Dennis Cassidy had them on a Pearl Export, and it sounded amazing. And he told me he rarely tunes them, and he's had them on for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I put them on these, and they sound amazing. But we were playing with September Girls in Bernard Shaw for their birthday party thing, and Sarah played my kit, and she bursted her finger on it. And she felt very bad about it afterwards. And she's like, I'll buy you a new skin. And I was like, I got to change it anyway. And 3 months later, I still haven't changed it. And I was going to change it last night.
And then you got as far as the 12, but not the 16.
Yeah, so I got the EC2s, which is not something I would generally use, but it was the closest thing that I could get at the time to the P4 coated. It's grand. It's just not what I like. That's real mellow with just enough attack, really easy to tune. Dampens just enough overtones, and is so hard wearing. And to be honest, I only kind of changed it because when you're playing a gig like this, you're like, got to make sure it's all tuned and it's all new and everything, and nothing could go wrong. And front of house is a really easy job. But I put that on, wasn't too happy with it, left that on, sounds great, and now I still have Sarah Grimes' blood on my floor tom.
So it's not even your blood.
Not even my blood.
I was talking to her earlier on actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. She bought a lovely symbol off us.
Brilliant. She's getting the old gear. Fast,
you know that B8 Pro ozone that we had there?
Oh, that we put on a stack?
Yeah. I was telling her about our experience of stacking that.
That's class.
She was well happy. It's all seasons in here, so it is. And then on your snare drum, you have this is a Ludwig LM400.
Yes.
And again, I have one of these. We've pretty much fairly identical sort of setups in a lot of respects.
These are not by accident. This is by accident.
This was a deal that had to be taken advantage.
Had to be taken,
yeah. No, I was totally with you on that one. I think mine was the same scenario as that actually.
Crazy, stupid low money. But yeah, I was playing a Gretsch Cherry Stave 14 by 6, I think it was.
6.5.
6.5.
Oh.
And
maybe six.
And it's great, amazing, love that drum. But played this with the stock head that came with it, which I think is not too far away from a quoted Ambassador. And the dryness off it was just so nice. And then I put a Genera dry on it after that. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a Genera dry in time, so now I'm playing the heavyweight, which is grand. But I would prefer the Genera dry.
Yeah.
That Ludwig stock head, because it's so dry and it's perfect for this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know what, the Ludwig heads, I was wondering, I was trying to figure out what it is that makes them that dry. They seem to be made differently, and I saw that the logo actually looks like it's stamped into the head.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a recess where the logo's stamped. I was trying to figure it out, and maybe that's to blame. I don't know, it could just be
I think they have a shaman in Colorado that they go to with these drums, and he like blows smoke and prays over them into the drum.
So they make the stuff, they send it to Colorado,
Yes.
then back to North Carolina.
It makes
to
so much
stick on
sense.
the drums. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's totally legit.
Yeah. So much sense.
Yeah.
I
So
read it
much
on the
sense.
internet, like.
Yeah, no, the internet,
Yeah.
never wrong. Never a word of a lie on the internet.
Emad saying and below.
I was going to ask, I meant to ask Ben as well. He's playing the Evans Emad on his kick, and it sounds magnificent.
Yeah.
Your kits look very similar. They're both maple, aren't they?
Yeah, this is a collector's. It has a stamp date of 2001.
Okay.
B flat
Don't.
is the shell.
Oh God, is which the bass drum shell?
No, the whole kit is B flat of the timbre of the
Really?
shells.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
all
they
B
match
flat.
the.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought they would have individual. Like I presume it's stamped on the inside of each of the shells.
It is, yeah. The problem I had was I wanted to get a little rack 10 for this at one point. I went through a crazy phase of wanting a 10. No, I couldn't even dream of it. But to get it in this finish with that B flat was next
near
to and cost a fortune.
Like surely it would be more difficult. I mean, a 12 to a 16, you can imagine you could have an octave between them, legitimately,
Yeah.
and then another octave down to the bass drum.
Yeah.
But I think it might be a little. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am.
Well, it's just its optimum resonance is at B flat. So if you were to tune that to B flat, the kit sings like it's at its best when it's at B flat.
But then would you not have the problem whereby you've got two rack toms at the same pitch?
Oh, you pitch them differently. Well, no, I mean you could
Just
tune
B
them
flat
in,
is
in
a
an
note.
octave. Yeah, but like in a different octave, I guess.
Yeah. But then you'd be going octave, 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 octave.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I've only done it once.
Jesus.
I
The
mean,
depths,
I'm probably like an awful lot of drummers out there. At least I'm telling myself this so I can feel better about it.
Yeah.
Where I can just tune my kit the way I like it, and just about. So
I'm very much of that opinion. I think I try and find a nice place and leave it there.
Yeah.
Then try and you get back to your kit after a couple of days of not playing it or whatever, and it'll have sagged a little bit maybe.
Yeah, and it's usually that one here or there, or then this
spice
one,
it back
and
up.
then that one right there. I've
Yeah.
tried everything with the whole.
So you have the little lug locks
I've
and all
got the
sorts.
what are they, fish eyes or something?
Fish hooks, is it?
They're not
Fish
too
eyes?
bad, but you can see like they'll wear. That's actually not too bad, but they'll round off pretty quickly.
Yeah,
but that's the same as everything else. It's the same as those Gibraltar ones.
Yeah, you have the lug locks there as
They'll
well.
round off eventually, but I found them the best.
They're the least expensive solution
Yeah.
to that problem.
But then the other thing is that tension screw thing you were
The
telling me
tight
about.
screw thing, yeah. Tight screw are interesting. They're basically a tension rod with a kind of a nylon insert.
Yeah.
So the point of it is to kind of, when you tighten it, it's meant to kind of grip the inside of the tube of the lugs, I suppose. But yeah, sure.
And then down the pedal is a 9000 off a double that I don't use anymore.
Ah yeah, just get that out of the way for Dr.
yeah.
Shoot. Just put it over there without destroying it. 9000, magnificent pedal, multi-adjustable, literally you could do anything with it.
Tell you what though, I think I'm going to get a Sonar Giant Step.
Really, yeah?
So yeah.
You've played one? And
Played it, and it was the first time it's just done. My brain has thought something, and it does.
And it does it,
It
like-
seems like
Yeah.
it doesn't. There's no work involved or whatever.
I think a lot of the time, certainly on my end, I struggle with pedal setup. I struggle with kind of finding how best to you know, put it where I want it or something like that.
What I've heard is, and it could be Robbie or Rowe that told me, is if you do anything to it from when it came out of the box, like if you change the factory setting, you've left its optimum setting.
Yeah.
And if you buy a pedal, you should potentially buy it based on its factory setting.
No, that makes sense, I guess.
I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know how much true. Again, maybe I read it on the internet.
The internet says all sorts of
Fake news.
things. Yeah, fake news on the internet.
And then the only other toy that I got, and it's a recent one, is this unbelievable piece of gear.
So this is for me the centerpiece. I mean, the kit's lovely, the cymbals are gorgeous, but this right here.
Porter and Davis BC2.
Yeah.
And there's a little amp down here.
Yeah.
If you can see that.
There's a little unit for it. And so exactly what does this do?
This is a tactile drum monitor made by a company in the UK, and basically it has, I'm pretty sure it's a speaker inside. I thought it was plates, but maybe it's a speaker. I think it's a speaker, and then basically you can either route your kick directly into the unit, and then it sends a thump into it. But it also kind of uses your skeleton as an amplifier. So not only do you feel the thump physically going into your body, but you actually hear it.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Like last night, I was kind of tuning the kit and getting it ready, and you know when you're tuning the kit in your room, and then you take it in here, and you're like, yeah, it sounds fine. Put a mic on it, and you hit a floor tom, for instance, and you just hear this wow, or whatever.
Yeah.
And last night I heard it for the first time through this. So I could actually tune the tom for what it was going to happen when the mic was on the floor tom.
That's cool.
So it was amazing. So you can either plug a kick direct in, and then front house will take a line out of that and get your kick.
Yeah.
Or you can get a line from the desk, and then you can put toms, kick, keyboards, bass, anything really.
Wild.
And you'll just
wild.
Feel it. And I swear to God, like I've been playing drums now for 18 years, and last Monday night when I took this in for the first, it was like I heard my drums for the first time.
Yeah,
proper, and had the proper connection with the kit. Never heard my kick in a rehearsal with Bitch Falcon, ever. Only rarely heard it on stage, and now it's just there, and I know where it is, and like I'm okay playing with a click. Never really stressed about it, but on Monday I didn't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
Because my kick was landing exactly where it was needed to be, and then everything else was easier.
Well, you've got much more of a sense of touch, a sense of, I suppose, time and position.
And hearing the note of the drum, which I've never heard. And then you move to the toms, and usually you're in a gig, even in a festival where the side fills and subs and everything, and you go onto your tom, and it's like someone just took the tom away and just put a pillow there, and you're down, and then you have to come back in, and it's just there's no fun in it. So like, I mean, they're pretty expensive, but I would think that before you get anything else, get one of these.
I'd say it would help in terms of you actually not having to force things as well at the kit.
Yeah.
I find when I'm struggling for what I want to hear on stage, I'll constantly be pushing harder and harder and harder, thinking that's the way to get what I want out of the kit, which isn't necessarily the case, because then, I mean, you know, you playing naturally is the optimum. You playing exactly how you should be playing is what the engineer's relying on, so that he can mix the sound to benefit
and you're more likely to do that with this.
Yeah, exactly that. So that's the purpose it serves.
I cannot recommend them enough.
Serious bit of kit.
Yeah.
Very into it.
Fucking car went on this.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. I think we'll call it there anyway. I think we've kind of covered all the bases, and I'm starting to feel dizzy.
Yeah,
from the bleeding.
You're going to need a strobe warning at the start of this video.
There's actually going to have to be.
That,
You legitimately have to do that. Like, don't watch, please, because you might, God knows what. Like, you know. Anyway, fantastic, Nigel. It's been a treat and a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
And best of luck with the show later on. Enjoy it.
Can't wait.
First show with this bad boy.
Oh.
Woo!
Yes.
Woo! There it is.
Jeez, it's only like 40 minutes.
Job done.